Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know I look super crazy right now, but it is late. It's almost 8 o'clock and I'm just now cooking. We had a very long day homeschooling and I had school and had to go to the grocery store. And please ignore my kids and all the commotion they're making in the background while we do this. So I'll probably do a voiceover for most of the video because of the noise. But today I just want to do a quick video. I'm cooking catfish with carrots, macaroni and cheese, and some Hawaiian bread. So let's get into the cooking beats in the video. Let's go. So I'm going to start off by rinsing off my fish. These are the catfish. They're not as big as they normally are when I get them, but this is what we're working with today. I have 7 fillets. So 7 of us gonna eat. Of course, you guys know the baby doesn't eat this kind of food just yet, but I still say my family of 8. So I have some apple cider vinegar. This is not the organic apple cider vinegar, but it is apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to use this to wash my fish off with, just to get that smell off there and clean it off with. And I have some baking soda. I'm going to sprinkle this. And guys, I do wipe off everything that I touch with a Clorox or Lysol wipe after I'm done cooking, just so we don't have any cross-contamination. So we're gonna rub this into our fish, front and back. Probably sprinkle a little bit more baking soda on there. A little bit more apple cider vinegar. Now, this is a process that I'll do so far as cleaning the fish until all the smell is gone and until they're really clean. So I'm probably gonna wash it like two more times, and then we're gonna get it seasoned up and put it in the pot so we can start blackening our fish. I do have my macaroni and cheese cooking right now. It is time for me to drain it before it gets too overcooked. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. And I do rinse my macaroni and cheese off just to get all that starch off of there. I know some people don't rinse their macaroni and cheese off, but I do. I'm gonna put it back in the pot so I can finish cook it on the stove. And this is boxed macaroni and cheese. We're having a quick, easy dinner night tonight. This is the Cracker Barrel brand macaroni and cheese. I love Cracker Barrel macaroni and cheese. Does it taste like Cracker Barrel at home? I'm not really sure, but this is what we're using today. Here is the cheese packs right here. Gonna tear that open. Get all that cheese inside of there. And hopefully down on my clothes. Okay. All that cheese. I like to add a little milk to my cheese. So we're using HEB whole milk and not a lot. Because dairy is not really good for you, and it actually makes Laura vomit a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that milk to here. So she's not having any issues tonight when she nurses. And then we're gonna add a little Zatarain seasoning to our macaroni and cheese, not too much. Cause my kids do not like spicy foods. And mix this around. And I do have more cheese that I might add to this, so it can be really creamy. Cause you don't get much cheese in that pack, as you can see. And I know the milk thins it out, but I have some sharp cheddar cheese that I'm gonna add to this. So when I put it back on the stove, it's like really, really cheesy. I'm gonna be adding the Mexican blend organic cheese from HEB to this, so it's super cheesy and it actually tastes good. That's probably enough right there. Then we're gonna stir this up and get it back on the stove so it can finish cook. And you can't forget a little heavy whipping cream. Just pour it inside there. And then we're gonna mix it up. I didn't have much, but a little goes a long way to that. So it's starting to get a little creamy, a little cheesy. Now we're gonna put it on the stove for good this time. And we don't want that fire to be too high because I still have to go and season the catfish. I already cooked my carrots. This was the first thing I cooked. I steamed my carrots already. So our macaroni and cheese is going. I'm gonna cover it up. Turn that fire down a little bit. I'm gonna cover it up and then get started seasoning my catfish so I can go ahead and wrap up dinner. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have changed my glove because of course contamination. I had to get the macaroni and cheese together and wipe some stuff down. But we're going to start off by seasoning with Zatarain, of course. So we're gonna use Zatarain on our fish. And my kids don't like their fish, me either, to be too salty. I don't like salty food. I dealt with blood pressure issues, and so I try to make sure that the food is seasoned to where it has taste, but not overly seasoned, because we don't want any more blood pressure issues in this household. Then we have some ginger, and sorry that my head is cut off, guys. A little ginger, some blackening. Then I have some garlic and herb seasoning. Got to sneeze. Lord have mercy. Okay, back. Then I have some organic onion salt. Holy cow. Lord have mercy. This is why. Y'all, what seasoning that? Because I'll be sneezing like crazy. And then a little all purpose Creole seasoning. And this is how it's looking so far. I don't want to put in my cabinet because it's dripping. And I'm going to go ahead and just season front and back. This is going to be enough seasoning for the front and back of the fish. And if you don't think so, you're crazy. And you guys got to remember, I have small kids, so they don't want anything salty or anything spicy. They won't eat it. They won't eat it. And then, of course, when you drop it in their grease as well, you have to worry, like, you're going to have the salt from the previous fish that you didn't blacken and then, going to the next fish. So you don't want it to be too salty. This one can use a little bit more salt, a little bit more blackening garlic on their side. That one was buried. Okay, that should be enough. Okay. Okay, so fish. And this is enough seasoning, guys. It really is. You don't want to have high blood pressure over seasoning your food. This is more than enough seasoning for your food. And I should have picked up some avocado oil. I didn't, but I do have coconut oil that I can use to blacken this fish in. So now we're gonna get this in the pot so we can blacken it. And by then our macaroni and cheese and our carrots will be done. And I just gotta put the dinner rolls in the oven real quick. I cut the oven on right now so I can get them inside there. And then we'll be ready to eat. So we're almost done. We're gonna get this oven turned on and the bread put inside. Here is the macaroni and cheese. It is looking amazing, as you guys can see. Probably about another minute or two cooking, but it looks really good. Looks really good. Especially for stovetop. We're adding our coconut oil, and the coconut oil melts very fast, guys. So you're gonna have your fish and stuff ready to put inside. And I also, after I blacken my fish, I'll put it in the oven for maybe like 10 minutes just to make sure that it's really cooked. Yeah. And with the size of the fish, I'll probably be able to do 2 at a time so that they're not breaking when I turn them. So we're gonna let this side cook for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and we're gonna flip it, let it cook for another like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna place it in a platter and put it in the oven so they can continue to cook and stay warm while I cook the other ones. I like to move my fish around while it's cooking just to make sure that it's not sticking to the pan. Because these are stainless steel pans. If they get too hot, they will stick and the fish will be all messed up. So I like to just make sure that it's not sticking and making sure that the grease is like evenly layered underneath the bottom of it. But it's not time to turn them yet. Almost there. So they are starting to stick. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it. I suck at flipping my fish on camera. It always breaks. But this one did good. I'm gonna flip this one now before it sticks. Give me my fork. So don't break. Ah, there we go. And they are looking amazing. They're looking real good. Looking real good. So while I wait for the fish to blacken, I'm gonna start wiping off my seasonings that I touched earlier with my nasty fish hands. So I might have any germs in my pantry. I'm not cross contaminating as well. I normally take measuring cup and sprinkle some of the baking soda in there before putting on the fish, but I didn't today. I have my gloves on already, so. But we're gonna start the cleanup now. Then I'll be able to put clean seasonings back in my pantry. And it is time to get my fish out this pan before it fries for real. So now my seasonings are clean to go back in the pantry. Here's how the first two came out. I always put them on the pan, then place them, then I place it in the oven just to make sure that they're fully cooked. And I'm gonna place my seasonings back in the pantry. Don't make fun of my pantry, guys. I know it's a little messy right now. I gotta reorganize it. I typically organize my pantry once. I try to do once a month. Like honestly, try to do once a month, especially as we get new groceries in and out. But I just need to come in here and mop and organize. The kids didn't been in here. They didn't been messing this stuff. They didn't move my bottles around. But My seasonings are clean and back where they belong. So this is the next batch of fish there. And as you can see, the only thing that I really don't like about cooking with coconut oil is that it's not really good for high temps and it tends to burn really easy. Avocado oil would have been better, and I did go to HEB today, but I did not get avocado oil. I didn't even think about it because I knew I had coconut oil. But it's fine. The fish is coming out great as you guys can see, and we are almost done. Here is our catfish. We're going to put it in the oven and let it cook for a little bit. We also have our macaroni and cheese right here. Our carrots and our dinner rolls are about to go in the oven. So we got to get the fish and the bread out of the oven. Here's the fish. Here's the bread. Let's go ahead and take it out. I'm going to use this country crock plant butter. It's made with avocado oil to butter our bread. And I'll show you guys how that is looking after well, look at this. This butter is actually pretty smooth. It's not hard, and it's dairy free. It's a dairy free butter on top of that. So I'm just gonna put some butter on top of there, and it's melting really nicely, really smooth. So we have our catfish right there, our bread, our macaroni and cheese, and our carrots. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything plated because I know my kids are ready to eat. All of my kids eat on ceramic plates like us. I don't like putting hot food on plastic. It's just not my forte for many reasons that you guys know. So I'm just gonna start off by giving them some macaroni and cheese. Just scoop macaroni and cheese on each plate. I feel like I'm missing a plate. Anna don't like macaroni and cheese, but I'm gonna still give her some because she needs to eat some. We're gonna give everybody some carrots. I had to move the fish and the bread out the stove because I had to heat up the milk for the baby because she has to eat. So the kids are getting fish, carrots, macaroni and cheese, and bread as well. So everyone is gonna get everything that I cooked. Carrots. You're like, this is not nice. He's like, I put my feet on daddy. No, we're not doing that. That's not good manners. And don't he cry. Yo, Elias is a mess. And he's 3 years old. Are you bullying my husband? Are you bullying my husband, boy? Don't laugh at my husband because he's sad because you're bullying him. Don't hear this. My 3-year-old's a mess. Elias, that is not nice. Elias. So everybody got carrots, and this was one full pack of crinkled carrots. We're gonna eat all of them, as you guys can see. Everyone is gonna get fish, and I don't make the kids' plates in no certain order. Everyone just gets food, you know. I don't make my husband plate first, my first plate, my plate first. I just put food on all the plates. All the food is coming, baby. You want the green one like Daddy? That one broke off a little bit. And now everyone is going to get a dinner roll. Everyone's going to get a dinner roll. So everybody plate is made, and I know you guys can imagine that they're all hungry and waiting to eat, and they are. We all eat the same thing, and they are ready. So thank you all for cooking dinner with me tonight. We're having catfish, carrots, macaroni and cheese, and dinner rolls. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.